Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast.
Welcome back. If you're listening today, you're about to go on a very interesting journey.
Yes, today we're not just learning English.
We're traveling through time
Exactly.
because today's topic is something many English learners never think about.
The history of the English language.
Have you ever asked yourself this question?
Where did English come from?
Why does English have so many strange words?
Why do some words look French?
Some sound German.
And some seem completely random.
Well, today we're going to uncover the story.
And trust us, it's more dramatic than you might think.
There were invasions,
Kings and queens,
wars,
poets.
and even pirates played a role in spreading English.
So if you stay with us until the end of this episode, you will understand English in a completely new way.
And here's something interesting.
English was not always the global language it is today.
In fact, thousands of years ago,
English didn't even exist.
yes, imagine that.
No English movies.
No English music.
No English podcasts like this one.
Hard to imagine, right?
So let's go back in time.
Very far back.
More than 1,500 years ago.
At that time, the land we now call England was very different.
Different tribes lived there.
Different languages were spoken.
And the language that existed then was called Old English.
Now here's something funny.
If you heard Old English today,
You probably wouldn't understand anything.
seriously,
Even native English speakers would be confused.
let's imagine someone from the year 900 speaking English.
It might sound something like this.
What, we Gardena and Gayardagam?
Did you understand that?
Probably not.
That's Old English.
Completely different from modern English.
So where did it come from?
Old English developed when Germanic tribes came to Britain.
These tribes were called the Angles, the Saxons, and the Jutes.
They came from parts of what we now call Germany and Denmark.
And when they settled in Britain, they brought their languages with them.
Over time, those languages mixed together.
And slowly, Old English was born.
Now, here's a question for you.
Did you know the word England actually comes from the word Angles?
Yes, England originally meant land of the Angles.
History is hiding inside the language.
Now, imagine living in Britain during that time.
No internet,
No television.
no smartphones.
Communication was much slower.
People traveled by horse or boat.
And stories were passed down through speech.
This is why early English literature was mostly spoken.
Stories were told around fires.
Warriors listened to tales of heroes.
Poets memorized long epic stories.
One famous example is the epic story called Beowulf,
It is one of the oldest works written in Old English.
and it tells a story of a hero who fights monsters and dragons.
Yes, dragons. Even early English stories loved adventure.
Now, let's ask our listeners something interesting.
When you learn English today, what do you find most difficult?
Is it pronunciation?
Grammar?
Vocabulary?
Now imagine learning Old English.
It had even more complicated grammar,
More verb endings.
more noun forms.
In some ways, it was closer to German than modern English.
But the story of English didn't stop there.
In fact, something huge happened in the year 1066.
Something that completely changed the English language forever.
An invasion.
A powerful new ruler.
And a new language entering England.
This moment would transform English vocabulary forever.
And it explains why English today has so many French words.
But we'll reveal that story in the next part.
Because what happened next completely reshaped English.
Kings, castles, and a language revolution.
Welcome back, everyone.
If you are still listening, that means you are traveling through history with us today.
And in the first part, we talked about Old English,
The language spoken in England more than 1,000 years ago.
a language so different that even modern English speakers would barely recognize it.
But now we arrive at one of the most important moments in the history of English.
The year 1066.
A year that completely changed England.
And completely changed the English language.
Now imagine this.
England is a kingdom with its own culture and language.
People speak Old English.
Farmers, soldiers, traders, and families all communicate in Old English.
But across the English Channel in what we now call France, a powerful ruler is preparing for something huge.
His name is William, later known as William the Conqueror.
He believed he had the right to become the King of England.
But the English throne was already taken.
So what did William do?
He built an army.
He gathered ships.
He sailed to England.
This led to one of the most famous battles in history.
The Battle of Hastings.
This battle decided the future of England.
And believe it or not, it also changed the future of the English language.
William won the battle.
And he became the King of England.
But here's the important part.
William and his nobles did not speak English.
They spoke Norman French.
So suddenly something very interesting happened.
Two languages existed in England at the same time.
The common people still spoke Old English.
But the kings, nobles, and government spoke French.
Imagine living in that society.
If you were a farmer, you spoke English.
If you worked for the king, you probably spoke French.
Courts used French.
Government used French.
The royal family used French.
For almost 300 years, French was the language of power in England.
And because of that, thousands of French words entered English.
This is why English vocabulary is so mixed today.
Let's look at an interesting example.
Animals and food.
Farmers raised animals.
But nobles ate the food.
So the English word describes the animal.
But the French word describes the meat.
For example,
The animal is cow.
but the meat is beef.
The animal is pig.
But the meat is pork.
The animal is sheep.
But the meat is mutton.
Did you notice something?
Farmers spoke English.
Kings spoke French.
So the language of food changed.
History shaped the vocabulary.
Now, let's ask our listeners something interesting.
Have you ever wondered why English has sometimes two words with the same meaning?
For example,
Start and commence.
help and assist.
Freedom and liberty.
Often, one word comes from Old English.
And the other comes from French.
This is one reason English vocabulary is so rich.
You often have multiple ways to say the same thing.
Now, imagine learning English during that time.
It must have been very confusing.
Two languages everywhere.
Different social classes using different words.
But over time, something interesting happened.
The languages slowly began to mix.
French words entered everyday speech.
Old English grammar started to simplify.
And gradually, a new version of the language appeared.
This new stage of the language is called Middle English,
Middle English was easier than Old English.
but still quite different from the English we speak today. However, during this time, something amazing happened.
English literature began to grow again.
Writers started using English instead of French.
And one famous writer played a huge role in this transformation.
His stories became some of the most famous works in English literature.
His name was Geoffrey Chaucer.
And his famous book, The Canterbury Tales, helped bring English back into literature.
But the story of English is far from finished.
Because another huge transformation was about to happen.
A cultural explosion.
A time of creativity, poetry, theater, and new words.
And one legendary writer would change English forever.
His influence is still everywhere in the language today.
In the next part, we will talk about the age of Shakespeare.
And how thousands of new words entered the English language.